Yo, what's up? Here's a review for the Disney Plus Marvel Studio show, Miss Marvel. So this is episode 1, and to start off with this, man, I had a very good interest in going into this TV show because I played the Marvel's Avengers video game created by Crystal Dynamics and Square Enix, and that game was kind of in essence, what do you call it, a introduction for the Miss Marvel character for that video game, and kind of my first introduction into her story, since I never really read any of the comic books that featured her. And for me, man, I would say that I really wanted some really good and fun stuff, especially what I knew from the video game and how they treated her in that game. And I would say for this TV show and for episode 1, I think we got a good amount of that here. I really enjoyed a lot of what they did with the character here. I thought that Miss Marvel herself was really, really well used here, and she's fun, she's lively, she really plays that character of this kind of teenage girl who's a nerd and who also just wants a little bit more out of life, and kind of head in the clouds and looking up to the stars of wanting to be this kind of superhero, or just more along the lines of admiring superheroes, especially the hero of Captain Marvel. The TV show itself was really well done as far as a lot of the effects and everything else that it was using. It basically plays itself as kind of like a little bit of a Spider-Man Homecoming mixed with a little bit of Diary of a Wimpy Kid, and it's in a way, in kind of a good way, a Disney Channel type of movie in its own right. I think that the character of Kamala Khan, or the actress who plays Kamala Khan, is pretty good here. She really does a good job with how she's acting and how she's acting off a lot of the other characters, especially portraying that type of character. I thought her family was really, really fun. Her dad is really goofy and really, well with talking to her and kind of, getting her back to focus and stuff, and being that kind of middle ground between her and her mom, who I also enjoyed the mom of being kind of her little bit of a rivalry with her, and the mom not wanting to let her do everything that she wants to do and kind of going back and forth and everything like that. And then you had her best friend who was really friendly. That you could tell that he kind of has a crush on her, but you're not 100% sure if Kamala has that same crush and how that's going to go down. That was really, really interesting, especially how they played their characters together. The show, as far as it goes, really moved itself around that Kamala Khan is wanting to be this Avenger, or not Avenger, but wanting to have her mind in the clouds and kind of be this fangirl of the Avengers. She does little creative things and little animated stop motion videos with cutouts of Avengers and stuff like that. She throws on YouTube, and she's always, has her head in the clouds and thinking of that type of stuff. But her teachers and her family members want her to get out of her head out of the clouds and focus on, what her future is going to be and where she's going to go with it. You had stuff like Kamala Khan going back to her parents and saying, yo, I want to, go out more. I want to do things. And the main thing was go to this convention, which was I want to say they call it the first Avengers convention, Avengercon, or whatever it was called. Parents don't want to let her go to it, and she's going back and forth with them about it. She ends up going there. She has her own costume, or her homeboy got a costume, and she ends up going there after sneaking out from her parents, and they had a little bit of conflict where they wanted her to dress up the way they wanted to. They wasn't going to let her because of that. She ends up sneaking out, going to the con, putting on a little bracelet that she found that came from, I think it was one of her aunties or something, or grandma or something like that. She found a bracelet, puts it on, and it gives her powers, and she messes up the whole convention. As far as that part goes, the power thing I thought was okay done. I didn't love it. I'm interested to see how they go forward with it. It was interesting how it was shot to where it was just kind of chaotic. You knocked down the head of not Iron Man, but Ant-Man in the convention, where the convention was like basically you walk around and go to different booths and stuff like that. It wasn't totally like a regular Comic Con type convention, but it had some essences of it. But knocked down the head of Iron Man, and it rolled in and destroyed a bunch of stuff in the convention. Knocked into a Thor's hammer that swung and hit another girl, and she had to save the girl and stuff like that. And they had a post-credit scene that showed more of what that is. I guess some cops are going to try to help out, but that whole scene was okay, and I'm interested to see where they go with her power stuff, like I said, but I wasn't in love with how they did it. Something else in this episode was that it's very frantic. It's moving very fast. It's going from scene to scene. but scene to scene, spot to spot, shot to shot, really, really quick, and especially with things going all over it, it never stops. It has animation and stuff like that going all through the background, which I think is well done, but it is a lot. It is moving at high pace and it is going on a lot. I do think that Kamala Khan, the actress herself, is really bringing the show up. Her family and all the rest of the actors are doing a really, really good job. I also enjoyed her brother here. So yeah, I think the show has a lot of potential in it, and it's doing something real fun here, and kind of being this high schoolish Disney Plus kind of Disney Channel type of high budget Marvel show, which I think is really, really well done in this aspect. And I'm interested to see where they go on from here. So as far as score goes, mm, I'm probably at about a 3.5 to maybe 4 out of 5. Probably not a 4, but most definitely a 3.5. But yeah, that's my review for the first episode of Miss Marvel. I'm out of here. Peace.